Hey guys, we are back for another episode of Goalies Are, and this time we are joined by Wichita Thunder goaltender Matt Davis, also signed to the San Jose Barracuda. And Matt, I need to ask you, can you complete the sentence? Goalies are
I'd say interesting.
okay.
You get a wide variety.
I like it. What's maybe the most interesting thing about you that people might not know?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I like to play the guitar. I
Okay.
got a harmonica that I'll sometimes buzz. I don't know. I find goalies typically every one of them has a quirk here and there, so it's pretty fun.
I like it. Okay, I do have to follow that up with, are you better with the harmonica or with the guitar?
Guitar 100%.
Okay. What's the best thing you can play?
Oh, um, Rhiannon by Fleetwood Mac. I don't know. I
Okay.
mean, I can play a lot of stuff, so that one's kind of quirky.
I like it. How long have you been playing?
6 years ish.
Okay. So you've had some time, got around to it.
Yeah, yeah,
What
I've been
kind of
working on it.
what kind of prompted that?
Junior hockey, a lot of time off. So
That
just thought
sounds
I'd
about right.
try to do something.
Speaking of junior hockey, I have to ask, you spent some time with the Green Bay Gamblers. What was that like for you?
It was a great experience. I mean, it's a really good league, especially that year. I mean, it was the COVID year, so a lot of guys either stayed back in college or their colleges weren't playing, so they came back. And yeah, I mean, I love my time in Green Bay. I didn't get to go into any Packers games, but yeah, we had a great team, a lot of really good people, and yeah, I really enjoyed it.
That time make you a Packers fan?
No, no, Denver was harder on me there.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you could still say that. I think Denver might turn around and be like, hey, all those years? Don't know about that one.
I got to go to a couple Broncos games, so that's where my allegiances lie.
Right. Not too bad. I grew up a Seahawks fan, to be honest. But my best friend's family were all Broncos fans, so anytime I was over there, had to be a Broncos fan.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So that kind of brings me to the next thing is, how did you choose Denver? Like, what was that decision like for you?
Well, I was in Spruce Grove, and I remember when they offered me, and ended up just thinking, how can I say no to Denver? I mean, I went on my visit down there and had a great time. Love the facilities, love the people, and can definitely say it's the best decision I ever made. I mean, it just had the greatest experience you could ever have in college there. It was incredible.
I mean, a couple national championships and a few trips to the Frozen Four don't hurt, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, it was awesome.
Okay, we need to go back a little bit further, because my favorite question to ask is kind of getting down to the beginning, but like, how did you start in hockey? Like, when did this all happen for you?
Well, I mean, growing up in Canada, you don't really have much of a choice, and my older brother played, so as early as I could remember, I was on skates on the ice, and yeah, I mean, kind of stuck with me.
Okay, so that perfectly leads into the next thing because, I always like to ask how you started being a goalie, but I also hear all the time you start because you have an older sibling who just needs someone to shoot on. Was that how you started, or was it just like aside from that?
I wouldn't say that's how I started. I mean, it could have factored in there, but I think I just knew I wanted to play in the NHL one day, and whenever I dreamed about it, I was in net, and yeah, I mean, tried it out in novice a couple times. First time did no good. Second time did really good, and then yeah, I wanted to stick with it.
What made you like it more? Like not doing so well the first time and being like, I want to go back out and do better, or having that second, like, really good game?
Well, I think it kind of turned me off of it actually the first game because I mean, I was wearing it doesn't, I guess you're at such a young age where it doesn't really matter that much, but I was wearing the wrong hand of glove and blocker.
Okay.
And then I remember I let in five. And then the next game, I almost got a shutout that got spoiled at the end when I put on my correct hand. And
Okay,
Yeah.
but that might have helped. You had it wrong. You still had that experience. Like you were like, all right, I can do this.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, that might just be me, but I think maybe that helped a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? It's it's been a pretty long and cool journey since then. So
This is going to be a really silly question, but have you tried switching hands since then just to see?
no. Well, no, I don't think I have. I'd be too worried I'd flip my glove around and take one in the back of the hand.
That's fair. That's probably a good thought. I don't think that, now that you know what you're doing, I think maybe safety is a little bit more of an issue, but
Yeah.
as a kid, it's kind of just funny.
Oh yeah, exactly.
For you, what's your favorite part about being a goaltender?
Um, I'd probably say just the you can always contribute. I mean, there's always a moment in a game where you're called upon to make a save, and it's typically game deciding. And I mean, you're able to contribute so much to the game, and uh, wins are a lot on you, and losses are also a lot on you. So I mean, it's a constant emotional roller coaster that you really got to steady. But yeah, I really enjoy it.
So you like that pressure of like everything's kind of riding on your shoulders, but there's a team in front of you still.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's your job, last line. So
What what was it like maybe getting that first win if you remember? Because I mean, you remember how many goals were scored on you. So like if you can remember what that first win felt like when you were in net, what would that description be?
Well, I think it was like the very first goal, or like when I was young.
Like the first win where you're just like, man, yes, I did that.
Well, it was like 9-1, so I mean that one's really less on me. I could have probably not been in there, and we probably would have won still. But I mean, it felt great. And, I remember that one.
Do you
All the
have a
guys were all
win?
fired up.
Do you have a win? I mean, it could be the national championship. I mean, that's kind of a big one, but do you have a win that's kind of stuck with you throughout the years?
Yeah, definitely the national championship. That one's up there. Yeah. Well, not up there. It's number one.
It is the top. Uh,
Yeah.
okay, so kind of going through your career now. I mean, you signed with the San Jose Barracuda, you know, pretty quickly too over the summer, or not even the summer, off season, basically. What was that decision for you? Like, how did you kind of decide, yeah, San Jose is where I want to sign?
I mean, it's a great place. Unbelievable young core, and the organization's really they've got a very bright future. And I mean, the goalie development there is top notch too, with Nabokov and Spearsy and Ryan Miller as well. And yeah, I mean, I just really enjoyed the conversations I had, and yeah, I mean, it just seemed like a great fit.
What has their message been to you kind of down in Wichita, just kind of getting more games and reps for you?
Yeah, it's just been continue on the path you're on. I mean, it's a good league, it's a hard league, and I mean, you're going to get tested, you're going to play a lot, and I mean, we have a lot of games. It's great. It's a perfect situation to improve, and a lot of opportunities to help your team win games.
You say a lot of games. What has that transition been like between college and now playing pro? Because that is a pretty decent change in the schedule.
Yeah, I mean, the last 4 years, it's been a pretty rigorous schedule or consistent schedule of Monday through Thursday practice, play Friday, Saturday, and now it's you play. I mean, last week we played Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then now we play Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week. So, I mean, last week was definitely weird after playing a weekend series and coming out and being like, oh, we play on Wednesday. But I mean, you get used to it. I mean, I think I'm pretty used to it already. You just kind of take your rest when you can and show up to work when you do.
How do you keep yourself ready to go? Like, is it just the rest or is it like mentally like, all right, this is keeping up with it?
Uh, I mean, I think it's important to detach as much as you can, and that helps you be ready when you can because you feel more fresh. And I think that's the biggest thing is just take the rest when you can and detach whenever you can, like activities you don't want to be thinking about the game. outside of the rink. You really want to just kind of whether it was good, whether it was the best game you ever played, or whether it was the worst game you ever played, it doesn't help if you're continuing to think about it. So watch the film, let it go, and yeah, continue on the next day.
Okay, so I have questions that go on both sides of that. So what are you doing outside of the rink to kind of get your mind off of it?
I'll read, I play the guitar, I'll hang out, just kind of do whatever. I don't know. I mean, try to be off social media. Just not really healthy, I find. And yeah, I mean, I really enjoy just kind of reading books and hanging out.
Okay, we're gonna get back to the books in a second because I want to know what you've been reading. But on the flip side of that, we do have to talk about you got your first pro shutout already. What was that like? Like how going through that game and kind of going after that game, what was going through your mind?
Just next save. I mean, it's that was really fun night. I mean, the guys in front of me, they were always working their tails off, and you can't get a shutout without the guys in front of you. So I mean, all credit to them, and we got a good group here. But yeah, I mean, it was fun. I mean, I definitely got a couple bounces, and it was just one of those nights where it seemed to go my way.
Was there kind of a sigh of relief of getting that first one when you heard that buzzer and you're just like, all right, we're done?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the it was mostly just the win I was happy about. I mean, the shutout secondary or tertiary or whatever, but um, yeah, I mean, it felt really good.
Okay, so now we have to get back to the books, but first thing is, what have you been reading lately? And then the second part is, what is the best thing that you've read?
Well, I just finished. I like reading old westerns, so I just finished, or not old westerns necessarily, but westerns. I just finished this one, Ridgeline. It's just kind of on the Fetterman massacre back in the day.
Okay,
So it's just like an old battle, and it's it's a novel, but it's also got a lot of truth to it. So I mean, I really enjoyed that one. My favorite's definitely Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry. That
okay.
one's a classic. So
I like it. That's different. I feel like when I've asked this question in the past, it's usually something about like mental health, or I think I got a lot of YA at one point, but I think that
YA.
was like young adult, like,
Oh,
yeah, like the dystopian type things. Although that was, I think, back, you know, 3 or 4 years ago when it was kind of bigger.
yeah, yeah. I
But
mean, I like that. It goes with like the detached thing. So I just kind of I'm fully away from hockey when it's talking about the Old West.
I like it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
completely different. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I like it. Um, okay, so if you had to kind of like put a time when if you were writing something, what like year would you kind of pick? I feel like that's a weird question, but I'm like, this is just an interesting topic to me now.
Um, Probably early 1800s or 1900s.
Okay.
I'd go no 1800s. Yeah. And I'd go like mountain man, frontier, kind of exploring the West kind of deal.
I like it. Do you read a lot of like true like history stuff, or is it mostly like fictional, like kind of tied into it, but not really like just the like nonfiction stories?
Yeah, it's mostly like historical fiction, but some of them are some like I've read some that are just fully nonfiction and they're just written really well. So
Okay.
they're a textbook, but they don't really seem like a textbook.
I like it. They're a textbook, but they don't. See, I don't think I have that same love for just kind of getting into that type of history.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of sitting there like, yeah, okay, we can move on. I'm definitely more of a sci-fi person, so
Oh
I like
yeah.
it. I like it. It's different.
Yeah.
Okay. So on that note, though, I have some weird questions that I enjoy asking, and one of them is if you were in a zombie apocalypse and you had to choose three people from your team to be like on your zombie apocalypse squad, who would it be? But I also need to know like what their roles would be.
Oh. One of them would be Jack Barr.
Okay.
He's I mean he's a real even keel guy, so that would be extremely helpful in high stress situations.
Okay.
And he's also, I don't think the guy feels pain, so he'll be able to push through a lot of stuff.
Good to know.
Um, I'll throw my roommate Nards in there. He's really, really funny guy and works his tail off on the ice. So, you know, he's gonna be able to let loose when he need to and also dial it in when he needs to. And then he's like a I might go we'll throw Jay Dickman in there too. I mean, veteran presence.
Yeah.
So that'd be really real helpful.
It's been around a little, kind of knows what's going on.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Knows the area too, right? Like he's been around.
Yeah, yeah.
Perfect. What would your role be?
Oh, I don't really know. I'd probably just be the guy that's there. I don't know. Like he's just tagging along.
Just the
I'd
guy
like
that's
to
there.
I mean you'd like to think that you'd be the hero, but I don't know.
I mean, you can cast yourself however you want in that story. I mean,
Yeah, that's
God
true.
forbid anything like we have a zombie apocalypse, so like,
Yeah,
no one ever has to know. It's fine.
yeah, exactly.
I do have to ask though on that, how long do you think you guys would survive?
I think we're going the distance.
Yeah, I
Yeah, that
like
crew
it.
will be good.
I like the confidence. That's excellent. Okay. So kind of getting back to hockey a little bit, you had some incredible runs with Denver. I think we were talking about it even this year at the Frozen Four. Like you just kind of lock in and it's like the playoffs become a totally different beast when you're in net. What has kind of helped you lock in and kind of get into those moments? I mean, you have the full season, but like it just feels like playoffs is a different beast.
I mean, I love those games. They're the most fun. I mean, there's the most on the line. Guys are gonna do everything they can on both sides, and I mean, I think the most important thing is just sticking to whatever process you've had, and it's just easy for me to find that extra gear I find, and um, even with that, just breathing and managing emotions, that's huge. Just meditation work and all that. It's everything you do throughout the year. It all adds up and helps.
I hear goalies talk a lot about doing breath work, and it's probably skaters too. It's just I basically only talk to goalies about this. But what does that really entail? Because I feel like a lot of people don't understand, like when people talk about like I work on breath work a lot or like I do this outside of the rink, like what that means.
For me, I really lose a big aspect of my game when my heart rate gets up. So it's a lot of just calming stuff. And also there's stuff that you can do for fitness and just kind of increase your VO2 max and all that jazz. But it can go pretty in depth. But for me, it's mostly just square breathing. Well, in game at least, it's a lot of square breathing or just kind of I feel it getting up. It's a quick just remember to breathe and it just brings you right back into the moment.
So just kind of like thinking about it and keeping it like top of mind.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. What would you say is a goalie's most underrated skill?
Um, well, I wouldn't say it's really underrated, but I mean the mental fortitude is extremely, extremely important. I mean, you can be the best goalie in the world, but if you can't play like that or know how to play when you're tired or hurt or stuff like that, like it just doesn't really matter. Like you need to be mentally strong, you need to be mentally tough, and I mean, it's really insane how much of the game is mental. It's 99.9% mental and it's yeah.
Okay. And then kind of similarly, but during a game, if a goal gets scored on you, how do you reset in that moment? Because I feel like resetting after a game is one thing, but resetting in the moment and kind of getting back in that zone, how do you manage to do that?
Uh typically I'm in a headspace. If I'm where I want to be, I'm in a headspace where it doesn't really bother you at all.
Mhm.
Like, of course, you're like, oh, dang, but the emotion stays out of it. And when you keep the emotion out of it, you're able to move on really quick. Because, I mean, if you look at it emotionally, you're going to start to think and dwell, and that's the last thing you want. So I think it's just typically, I mean, everyone's got a routine. I've got one where just drink some water, breathe again, and remind yourself next shot.
Yeah. I have talked to goalies throughout like this series about kind of staying even throughout the year. Like you don't want to get too high, you don't want to get too low. And that makes sense to me, but it's also one of those I feel like everyone else, you want to just kind of improve throughout the year and you want to see that like increase in, if you're looking at it like a chart. But I feel like every goalie I've talked to has been like, I want to stay like start at a good point and just like keep it there. Where do you kind of fall on that? Like, do you want it to like just move? I know it feels kind of obvious, but I think the mindset kind of plays into that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like, are you talking like statistically or like game wise or
I mean, just kind of like for you, how you feel throughout the year is like, I think a lot of it comes down to all the guys are like, I want to start at a good point and stay there versus
yeah,
like, kind of hit that high and low.
yeah, 100%. But you are going to get those high and lows. I mean, you're going to get times where you feel like you can't track a puck, and you're going to get times where you feel like you're 10 feet tall and fill the whole net. And it's just kind of the way it is. And I think the best goalies are so good at managing that. And, their C game is not going to lose them the game. I think that's the biggest thing is just kind of continuing to raise your floor and learn from what you've gotten. And yeah, I mean, that's really the deal breaker and the difference in my mind is just where's your floor and what can you do on a daily basis to raise that?
So my other and like really my last like goalie specific question is when you're in net during a game, what's going through your head, if anything? Because I feel like sometimes when I'm just doing things day to day, like obviously I'm not a goalie, like I'm not in net, but like when I'm doing things day to day, there's certain times when I'm like, things are easier when there's just nothing in my brain and I'm just like doing what I need to do. And there's certain times when it's like, you need to lock in and you're like thinking the whole time. What kind of goes through your head in those situations?
Um, just try to minimize it, really. You just like of course the flow state where your muscles are thinking for themselves. That's obviously where you want to be. But I don't know, like that's the reason for the strategies I have. And if I find myself thinking or wandering mentally, I've got things in place where I can kind of push that aside. Or, sometimes you got to talk to yourself, and that's what helps most. It's not always just a one strategy fixes everything. I mean, it'll change for me throughout the year. There'll be certain phrases that work in the beginning of the year, and maybe that works for 2 games, and then I gotta find a new one. And it's um it's just kind of constantly managing it, really. I mean, I wouldn't say that there's anything in particular that goes through my head. I'm pretty as much as much as I want to say I'm a calm guy, I do get pretty intense in games, even though I don't really play best when I'm intense. But but yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do everything I can out there to win. So I'm normally I'll get a little stressed out sometimes, and I gotta remind myself to chill out.
Okay, so sometimes you have that thought of like, okay, let's do it, and sometimes it's just not quite
Yeah,
muscle memory, but like you said, like relying on your muscles to be like, yeah, we know what we're doing, we know what we have to do, like the movements we have to make.
yeah, exactly.
All right, that makes sense to me, I think, because I feel like that's kind of a normal day to day, but on probably a much higher level than than we'd expect. Okay, so. Really, I have just a bunch of like fun questions for the most part, but I also like to ask, what does your like normal game day look like? Like routine. You don't have to go into like super specifics if you don't want to, because I know sometimes there are some things, but what's your overall like game day look like? Or you can go into specifics.
For like a 7 o'clock game, it's nothing special. I'll
Yeah.
be up, eat breakfast, head to the rink, um, do morning skate, come back and hang out really. I mean, I'll watch some shows, maybe I'll nap, depending on how I feel. And I'll get up, take a cold shower and head to the rink and just kind of be ready to go. It's not as early as I used to go. And I don't know, I've kind of started to minimize a lot of that routine just because you don't want the routine itself to become exhausting when you're playing 72 games in a season. So you really need to be wary and cognizant of that. But yeah, I mean, it's nothing really that special.
I like it. Okay, so I have been asking other goalies on this series questions that I should ask, basically, or questions that media should be asking more. And they're kind of fun because they're like not normal questions, but at the same time, they're like really simple. One of them is, what do you do in the off season? Like, do you work? Do you like what do you do?
I trained. Yeah. I spent my summer in Denver and I mean, I'm getting to that age where there's weddings too, and so I've got a lot of stuff to do. I'll go home for a little bit, and yeah, it's mostly just kind of training, playing the guitar, hobbies, playing pickleball, golf, anything really. Just trying to be active.
I like it. Okay. The other one that I got recently was, what is your favorite food?
Steak.
I like it. And like, what's the seasoning that goes on it?
Um, Depends on how I'm feeling, but I like that it's this buttery steakhouse one that I like a lot. But yeah,
Okay. What's the rarity?
medium rare.
Yeah, solid. I like it. Okay. The other question that I've been asking because it's just been a generic question, not necessarily from the goalies, uh, but the guys always want to know, what time do you go to bed?
Oh, I'm early now. I started got early and earlier as I got older in school. Um, Probably like 10 at the latest, 10:15.
Okay. That's not too bad. Like you're still up, at night. Like it's
Yeah, I mean, you can't go to bed too early. Like sometimes I'll want to, but with our schedule, you can't get used to going to bed at 9:30 every night because we'll be playing at that
that's
time half the time.
that's fair. Like middle of the game, you're just like, all right, time for bed.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
out.
exactly.
Okay. The other one was, how much sleep did you get last night?
Like 8.5 hours.
Okay. That's good, I think, right? Like
Oh
that's
yeah,
probably what's recommended, something like
right in
that.
the honey hole.
I like it. Okay. So my favorite question that I ask every guy, does not matter what level they play at, and it is the weirdest question that you're going to hear. But if you were a fruit, what fruit would you be and why?
Oh,
I save this for last for a
goodness.
reason.
Um, I might say blueberries because I used to absolutely destroy them.
Okay.
They were very good. I
Just
don't
kind of
know.
vibe with them.
I liked them a lot. And yeah, I mean, I guess they're big fans of their friends because they all get going together. There's a bunch of them hanging out. I
Okay.
don't really know.
Yeah, I mean, you get
Yeah,
them in a carton, they're kind of all together.
yeah, exactly.
Kind of all good together, they all go bad together too.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Okay, I like it. No, that's a solid answer. My last question for you though is what I've been asking all the other guys is, what's a question that either you wish media asked more, or what's a goalie specific question that should get asked?
Um, hmm. I don't really know about a goalie specific question, but I don't know. It'd be nice, like media kind of got to know the guy before they started going
Just,
off on him.
yeah, just firing off
Maybe,
questions and
yeah, maybe asking about his day
yeah.
or how you doing today, and then and then continue on with what's the state
Okay.
of the organization or something like that.
Well, I know we're at the end of this now, but I mean, how was your day? Like, how are you
It
doing?
was good. It was good. It was a nice day off.
Yeah. You ready for
Appreciate
that
you asking.
bus trip tomorrow?
Oh yeah, fully prepped.
Love that. Well, I appreciate you jumping on here. And for anyone who doesn't know, which is everyone, this was a little bit last second for you. But I really appreciate it. This was a great talk. So
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me.